All right, so it says here we're live. We are literally an hour and 25 minutes late. We apologize for the inconvenience, the technical difficulties that we normally have. But at the end of the day, these things happen. No one is perfect. Let's be honest here. If in a perfect world, everybody would be perfect. And unfortunately, that's not the case in the society that we live in nowadays. Now, is it? Is it?
Yeah, it's sad world we live in.
Exactly. Right now, the Pacers are going to lose the series to the Heat. I can sense it a mile away. OKC is getting creamed by the Spurs. Damn, that's crazy. But nonetheless,
We're getting the rematch.
yeah, we're getting the yes, we are. Well, anywho, guys, this will be episode number 42 of the Team Hill Gutcheck podcast live on Google Hangouts. Heel Steven, as always. Oh shit!
The hell? Got a little delay going on.
There we go.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yep, I'm knowledge of wrestling.
Oh yeah.
Charger.
Put it up. Put it up. Put it up, bitch.
I, can you see it? I don't fucking know.
Whatever. But anyway, yeah, we're alive, guys. So man, how you been this week? Haven't seen you since Saturday.
Hey, I've been without my laptop for a week, and I went and charged for like a day, and then I came back, and that shit was dead.
You know what you should do? This is what I normally do. I always leave my shit charged. When I come back to a fully charged laptop. That's just me, of course. But again, everyone else has their own way to understand as well.
Nah, ever since that last, I'm not doing that anymore. But and it just stopped charging. It stopped glowing, and I don't know. I'm about to go to the Apple Store and buy the real charger. It's a lot of money, but I don't care.
Hey, bro, you have permission from the. No.
Get the fuck out of here.
You have his blessing to use part of the budget. You have to.
I don't need permission from that guy.
You stay there. Anyway, yeah, so a lot to talk about this week, isn't there? I mean, the world of wrestling. There really is a lot to talk about. Been rumors of signings, rumors of, titles being stripped, if you can see behind me. But whatever. But, yeah, about to talk. But, you know what? You know what we should start off with? Something that happened on Saturday. You know what it is. Myself, you, and Eric. Say hi, Eric, but he's not here right now. We were all at World of Worlds at New York City, Hammerstein Ballroom, Ring of Honor Wrestling, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Put on an amazing show. Let's be honest.
Put up a great show like always. They always do it with New York. It's hard for them to deliver a bad show over there.
No, I think one of their baddest shows they had in New York had to be Manhattan Mayhem, from what I heard from people. This is like last year. But then again, it is what it is. But again, to me, in my opinion, this had to be behind WrestleMania 30, the show of the year. Behind Mania 30.
Up there.
No, not to me. I mean, maybe because all the shows I've been to live, but to me, this was an amazing show. You got to think about this, right? When you have a show that is sold out before WrestleMania 30, like, come on. Months in advance of being sold out. And the last time Ring of Honor sold out the Hammerstein Ballroom was actually during Supercard of Honor 7 last year for WrestleMania 8. Like, in your mind, like in your thoughts, what is the one thing that will stand out from the experience? Like your memory that you'll always remember in short.
From the show?
Yeah, overall.
Just
from the show, from the experience,
I mean, just I guess seeing the New Japan guys, that was something different about this show than any Ring of Honor show. That's the reason why I think the tickets were selling out quick. just seeing the muscle. And for people who don't watch New Japan, it'll be like their first time seeing them. It was cool seeing those guys, and hopefully they come back. I don't know if they ever will, but maybe next year. Who knows?
I don't know, but for me, it was like I was star-studded. You know what I mean? You know when you meet a celebrity or someone famous. Like, let me give you an example. All right, let's say you meet, I don't know, like LeBron James. What would you do? You'd be like, what the fuck? Oh my god, LeBron James, right? Or okay, in this case, all right, all right. If I were to meet Michael Jordan, I would be star-studded. I'd be in shock. Like, what the holy crap, Michael Jordan? You know what I mean? Or someone like maybe Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali, or someone like a, I don't know, Hulk Hogan. Okay, a Hulk Hogan. I think all of us would be like, holy shit, it's Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
And seeing guys like Hiroshi Tanahashi, Shinsuke Nakamura, Kazuchika Okada, Jushin Thunder Liger for the first time, it amazed me. I don't know about, again, for you guys out there who watch the show and all that, but it was an amazing experience, something I'll never forget, especially meeting, obviously, AJ Styles. You know what I mean?
that too.
Absolutely. And again, it was an amazing show. The Hammerstein Ballroom was on fire. People can't deny that. They really were on fire. Did you hear these reports? Apparently, people were saying that, apparently on the iPay-per-view, the crowd was dead during parts of the show. I mean, first and foremost, did you even watch the playback?
Yeah, I did watch, rewatch the show we went to. I think the crowd was fine. I don't think it was dead. I mean, it's not gonna be as loud as like we were, as loud as as loud as when we're there live. It's
Exactly.
louder when we're there, but on the playback, it's gonna be a little, not quieter, but it's not gonna be as loud.
I mean, I'll say this. I'll say this. The first two matches really were, they were okay. I'm not saying like, oh my god, like it picked up after the third match. It picked up after, I think it was Jay Lethal versus Kushida. After that, every match was picked up and picked up and picked up, and the crowd went wild. To me, the match of the night had to be Red Dragon versus the Young Bucks.
Yeah,
To me, that to me was the match of the night. And again, I'm happy that they had a great match. But then again, you have the Young Bucks here, so of course, when it's the Young Bucks, you're gonna have a good match, no matter what.
yeah,
And apparently now, next month, they'll have a pay per view, not I pay per view, not I pay per view, a pay per view, best in the world, live from Nashville Fairgrounds in Nashville, Tennessee. And we're gonna see the return of Christopher Daniels, who during the show they played this vignette, like this video package for Best in the World. And I was in the bathroom when it was happening. I was in the bathroom, but I got to see it on the playback. And he told me, "Oh, Christopher Daniels coming back." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here!" I think what I'm saying. And then I got to see the whole thing. And again, it's cool. Daniels is coming back. They played this scene where they're at a bar, or whatever, and he orders apple tea. He's like, "Ring of Honor, I'm coming home." And then you see Kazarian. Like, what's Kazarian. Come on, let's not kid ourselves here. And apparently, he's like, "Oh, that fellow was coming alone." And he's like, "Oh, see the best tag team in the business at Best in the World." So I cannot wait. I can't wait. I'll say this. All right. I'll say this. This is my honest opinion. Right now, as we speak, TNA's loss is ROH's
yeah,
gain right now.
yeah.
You know,
I was thinking about that too.
like they have Daniels now. They have Daniels now as we speak. They have Kat Kazarian, AJ Styles. I'm pretty sure they'll have Chris Sabin down the line. I don't even know if that's gonna happen. But again, it's like it's amazing. It really is amazing. You know, just everything about the show as well. Like I remember Like, I was telling you also, we were at Applebee, myself and Eric. I was telling everyone that when we were there, there's already a line being formed just to get into the Hammerstein. And this was like 2 o'clock, like 2:40ish around there. There's already a line. That's telling you, this show is a big deal. And we got fans, already making lines to get into the Hammerstein. You know?
They waited hours and hours for that shit.
Excuse me? It'd be cool if you don't call it shit, bro.
I call everything shit, not in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, they waited hours and hours. I mean, shit, I don't remember the last time I waited hours and hours for something. Not even, I can't remember. Not even Black Friday. But,
I mean, to me, the last time I saw a line like that had to be, I think, yeah, Black Friday for me. Black Friday. Go ahead and get into the mall.
yep.
Like, literally, like, I remember Black Friday last year. Like, the most random store, I think it was, what was it? Fucking, Old Navy. Yeah, Old Navy. Just to get into Old Navy, there's a fucking line to get into. But again, it is what it is. But, again, about the show, it was amazing. Even the crowd, let's be honest, the crowd is what made the show. The crowd is what made the show.
The crowd's always hot. It's always
Exactly. Even,
a lot of marks.
yeah, Marks. I met up with some people there. Obviously, I met up with Monoxide. I met up with Bobby, aka Break the Walls 10. I met up with Killer Odini 669. We met up with them. Peter Gilmore at the meet and greet. He was rocking the Adam Cole baby shirt. Of course, I also met up with Travis, aka of Savage TNA Forever, aka now Savage Colston, the founder of COH, Call of Honor.
Call of Honor.
Yeah, it's cool, and that people will actually recognize from my videos. And, oh, you're Heel Steven, I know your vision. Like, yeah, thanks, like whatever, They make a big deal out of it, but you get the idea, like, recognition, I guess. But still, I mean, nonetheless, the crowd was amazing. Even beginning of the show, let's get into some details, okay? So, beginning of the show, we had the Bullet Club. Not the whole Bullet Club, because, Folly wasn't there, nor Tamatonga. They weren't there. You had the Young Bucks, you had Doc Gallows, a.k.a. Fastest, Machine Gun Carl Anderson, and AJ Styles. They're all in the ring, and they give the mic to AJ Styles. And the minute they give him the mic, you hear this massive FTNA chant from the New York crowd.
They even have a video on it.
And again, listen, I mean, this is my belief, all right? People will say, oh, you know what, there's always been a rivalry between Ring of Honor and TNA. Personally, I don't view it in that way. I don't think for a minute that TNA cares what ROH is doing. You kind of get what I'm saying with that?
Yeah, they're doing their own things.
They're not concerned with what Ring of Honor is doing. They're not concerned. Again,
they don't care. They're going there anyway next month, so.
Like, put it this way, in the wrestling, mind, Ring of Honor is, the minor company. They're a small company that could do big, but it's too small to do big, and it's too big to do small. You know what I mean? They don't have the funds of a WWE or a TNA. They don't have what's the word I'm looking for? The marketing. The marketing,
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for.
The mics weren't even working that well during the show.
The mics were not working that well during the show.
More of the speakers, they didn't have a lot of speakers on during the show. Yeah, their production
exactly.
isn't as good as TNA's. But when you saw the playback, it was fine, though.
Yeah, exactly. The playback, they always try to edit it out, of course. But, again, like I was saying, the Ring of Honor doesn't have, the marketing, people, as far as promotion and all that. They don't have, again, they don't have the best production crew in the world, but they're paid in time. But they don't have none of that. They don't have, that national or global, exposure. They don't have a USA Network like WWE has. They don't have a Spike TV like TNA, but they have wrestling. They have the shittiest network. Yeah, they have the crappiest network, which is the Sinclair broadcast. The
Channels, not to be,
shittiest network in the world. Let's be honest. Do you have a Sinclair network where you live at? No, I'm sure you don't. I know I don't.
no, they air it in local channels. That's what the deal was. So like whatever local channels around here they'll air, but they don't air it. It's only in selected areas.
And it's funny. Like there were some TNA fans, right? There's even a video. There's a video on YouTube right now. Has like a 2,000, 3,000 views already. Obviously, the Ring of Honor crowd chanting FTNA, FTNA, FTNA.
Fuck TNA.
I mean, at the end of the day, listen, everyone has their opinion, okay?
I
That's
think it was
fine.
just a moment.
Yeah, of course, because, AJ Styles. You know what's funny? It's funny how you had in that ring, when that happened, you had AJ Styles, who was literally the face of TNA. The
Yeah.
guy that had the company behind his back. You had Doc Gallows, who was part of the Ace and Eight. It's crazy. Last year, around this time, Doc Gallows and AJ Styles were enemies. Remember the whole Ace and Eight and AJ Styles, and now they're allied. Now they're friends now in this Bullet Club faction. You have the Young Bucks, who were Generation Me. So literally in that ring, you had like 4 former TNA talents in that ring at the moment. And the thing also, you had guys like Tanahashi, Okada, and Liger who were at one time working for TNA as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But again, everyone has their opinion. That's my belief, right? But then I hear people, that people say, but you know what, F Ring of Honor, fuck ROH, fuck ROH. This is my thoughts, okay? This is my point of view, if you will. I can't speak for you, but whatever, fine. Maybe you'll agree, maybe you'll disagree with me, right? You can say what you want about Ring of Honor. Alright? I'm not trying to come off like, an ROH mark or anything like that. But let's be realistic, right? Right now, let's be realistic. Okay?
Yeah.
They were able to sell out the Hammerstein Ballroom in New
Yep.
York City. And again, you can make the argument, because they had the influence of AJ Styles, they had the New Japan, promotion coming in as well, like guys like Okada, Tanahashi, Nakamura, Liger, Jito and Gato, Kushida,
Yeah.
Watanabe. You get the idea, fine. And the Bullet Club as well. And of course, yeah, they'll sell because of all that. Fine, but at the end of the day, they were able to sell out the Hammerstein months before WrestleMania 30. So that tells you something. You know what I'm saying? That tells you something. Now, mind you, TNA is going to New York literally next month, a couple of weeks from now. Matter of fact, in a couple of weeks from now. But they're going to the Grand Ballroom. The Grand
Sounds
Ballroom. What happened?
sounds fancy.
Yeah, but let's be realistic now. The Grand Ballroom is like the smallest venue of the whole Manhattan Center.
Yeah. It's like all the way upstairs and shit.
Exactly. So just imagine that day when fans go in, like the line they gotta make. Then they gotta take an elevator.
Most likely.
And you remember that time we went for the tapings for Ring of Honor?
Yeah. The TV tape.
It was so uncomfortable just taking the elevator up to like the 5th or 6th floor, wherever it was. How uncomfortable it was. Yeah, it wasn't comfortable. It really, really was. And mind you, TNA, once again, is the #2 wrestling promotion in North America, or in America, or North America, whatever you want to call it. They have Spike TV, they have all this, right? And they have Panda Energy, but yet they're going to the Grand Ballroom. While Ring of Honor, they don't have a network, a good network promoting them. They don't have the financial, they don't have the financial funds like a WWE or TNA, but they were able to sell out the Hammerstein, which is a bigger venue, twice in number than the Grand Ballroom. Tells you a lot. But again, I'm sure they're gonna have a good show. Like honestly, TNA needs to have an awesome show. They need to. It needs to happen. They gotta have an amazing show. I hope they do. But again, back to the show, back to the whole Ring of Honor show. Though, again, it was an amazing show. I think the guys from New Japan that came, I think the guys that were super over. Number one, Liger. I think Liger was the guy who was super over in New York. All right. Remember, like there was a part of the crowd, like these guys from Japan that were sitting on one of the balconies. Where they were like the quietest section, right? It was Liger came out. Oh my god, that section erupted. That section erupted. Also super over was Tanahashi. I thought Tanahashi was super over as well. And Okada. Okada was way over. And
Top.
obviously, what happened?
Those were the top three most guys who got the most cheers.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Yeah. There's even a guy that we were making lines who was dressed up as Liger.
Yeah.
They were dressed up. They were dressed up as Jushin Thunder Liger. But yeah, I mean, I had an awesome time. I had an amazing time. I think that I feel like they're gonna do this annually now.
I hope so.
Once a year, like that tradition. That'd be cool. Instead of having Border Wars, which they normally had in May, have this 2 week show. Like have one in Canada and have one in New York. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully next year bring in not just the Japanese talent, bring in maybe the Mexican, the Lucha Libre talent, or bring in the guys from like I don't know maybe Europe. You know what I'm saying? It could work.
Yeah, more diverse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But again, it was an amazing time. Like, what would you give it? Out of 5, what would you give it? Out of 5. Out of 5 stars.
Out of 5, I'll give it 5. I mean, 4.5.
Yeah,
Out of 5 stars.
I'll probably give 4.5, 4/4.
Almost 5.
Exactly. But again, it was an amazing show, though. Once again, and I know it sounds like we're being hella repetitive right now, but whatever. Right now, it's Friday. We're late as fuck.
But anyway, I'm just talking about my charger still. So.
You might explain to the viewers why the fuck we're late in the first place. You might explain to them.
Oh yeah. Well, I was at my cousin's house, and then it took me a while to get home, but I was gonna instantly, just go on the computer as quick, as possible, and then the charger just stopped working, and then the shit's only on 10%, and I don't know why. I'm like, I don't get it. So I think it's the model. Apparently, I was reading the model number of the charger. It probably isn't the same as the model number of the MacBook, but it was charging earlier, so I don't understand that either. So I don't know. I mean, it fits, but it just doesn't charge.
You try blowing on it.
I tried doing that too, and I'm wondering if it has like what happened to the other charger had some effect with it.
Maybe. You never know. Like, what brand is that charger you have right now? What brand is it? What happened?
It's an Apple charger. It even says it. But I don't know if it's really an Apple charger. I mean, it has the Apple sign. It says designed by Apple in California.
Alright, I'm just saying, because sometimes there's always that counterfeit shit.
Yeah, I know.
Like, for example, I remember I went to a bodega store. I remember one day I went to the bodega, right, to get something to drink, and they were selling Apple headphones. Well, it looked like them, but they really weren't, but they looked like them. So who to say, hey, maybe you just got ripped off? Who knows,
I mean, I'm going to probably get this money back, but I'm probably going to have to get a more expensive charger. I mean, I'm going to have to need it anyway because I'm going to get online classes during the summer, so. And that's not till July, but I would rather get it now. Because I need it for the podcast anyway. The phone isn't, it runs out of battery quick. It's just unfortunate. Finally had this shit back. It was working, and now it's pretty much dead.
Exactly. You know what? I'll tell you something real quick. All right. So turns out that All right, I'm sure you heard the news. Apparently, Kevin Steen, that's right, Kill Steen Kill, wearing a blue shirt,
Yeah.
is apparently in talks with WWE.
Yeah. See,
I'm
I
sure you
knew.
heard the I'm
Yeah.
sure you heard the news. Apparently, at the end of his match against Shinsuke Nakamura, he had a match and he lost. And at the end of the match, he cut a promo saying that, you know what, he's gonna take time off. You know, he's gonna take time off, you have family, and you kind of knew what was gonna happen. Like we all knew he had a tryout. It was him, ACH, Rocky Romero, Roderick Strong, and he impressed a lot of people. Amazingly, impressed a lot of people at this tryout. You know what I mean? He impressed a lot of people, despite he lost massive weight, and
Yeah. That's a
yeah,
good thing.
exactly. Yeah. And even that, like, even if he didn't lose weight, he can still go. He can still wrestle.
Yeah.
Something about
But
him,
I think it was also good to lose weight. I mean, not lose a lot of weight where you become, I don't know, just extra. Like he just, it's not like he transformed into someone new. I mean, he's still the same, Kevin Steen. And they kind of want big guys. They don't. They already said they're not looking for the guys like, like, I guess the Wolves, if you want to make them as an example.
I mean, yes, I think Steen, does have that independent look, but he's a big guy. He's big.
Exactly.
And I think that's what benefits him in a way.
They like
And,
what he does for his size.
and
He does a lot
apparently
of
now,
content.
yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I didn't mean to do that.
Nah, it's
That's
fine.
one thing I'm gonna change now. I'm gonna stop trying to cut people off now. I hate when I do that shit. It makes me feel like an ass. But apparently, okay, so apparently, all right, so apparently now word is that he is close to signing WWE. He's close to signing.
What? Yeah.
He's apparently, this one guy. He's like, oh no. Then, he's like, oh, Steven, they're gonna ruin him. Trust me, it's good. Steven might go for the money purposes, but they're going to water him down to do what? Here's my thing. I mean, honestly, are they going to water him down? It's WWE. They water down everybody. Perfect
Yeah.
example: Daniel Bryan, the current WWE World Champion. He's watered down right now.
Of course. But
You
he's
know what I'm
fine the
saying?
way he did.
Yeah, he's fine what he's doing, but he's watered down. But it's
Yeah.
fine though, and the fans go crazy for that shit.
Exactly.
Guys like CM Punk, or Phil Brooks. Sorry, Phil Brooks.
I mean, he wasn't. I mean, he was a little watered down, but
Yeah, but still, I mean,
I don't
he's
think a
still
little
watered down. He's still
kept.
watered down. They're gonna listen. Once you sign, doesn't matter where you come from. They're gonna water you down.
Yeah.
They're gonna have you wrestle their style. The last thing they want to have is another St. College situation. That's the last thing WWE wants. At the end of the day, I see good things happening for him. All right, a lot of people talk about, oh, but he's gonna get buried. Oh, no, this and all that. Or the classic one. He should just stay in Ring of Honor. This is my thing, right? In the wrestling business, now listen, I'm not a wrestler, anything like that. I don't try to come out to be one. But I'm sure that for every wrestler out there, it's all about making money. It's all about making money. Yes, I'm sure everyone out there wants to have that WrestleMania moment. I'm sure everyone wants to have that moment of winning the title right behind like that. I'm sure everyone wants that. That's fine. But at the end of the day, it's about making money. And where the fuck are you gonna make the most money? In the WWE. That's like the
That's
NBA
like,
of. Sorry.
no, that's like saying someone is gonna who has the opportunity to go to the NFL. You're telling them, oh, stay in the CFL because your stats are gonna be better. Like they won't care. They're gonna take the most money and where they can get the most exposure in the NFL.
Or it's like
No one's
telling.
gonna stay.
Or it's like
Yeah.
telling someone that hey, you're playing in, I don't know, basketball professionally in, let's say, Europe.
Europe, yeah.
You get offered a contract to play in, let's say, the NBA. Now, mind you, it may not be a Miami Heat. It may not be Los Angeles Lakers or Clippers or, anything like that. You can be playing for the Pelicans.
The
or the
Knicks.
Bobcat, or the Knicks. Fine, you had to go, or something like that, or even maybe just maybe what's the other team? Fuck or the Pistons. All right,
Yeah,
but people say, oh no, why are you gonna go for those teams? They suck, this and that. But you're gonna make a lot of money. It's the NBA. You're gonna get even more exposure, right?
exactly. People are gonna recognize you more.
Exactly. Or it's like, telling someone who plays in, I don't know, in like the local, like, let me give you an example. A soccer player, a football player. The
Yeah,
real, no, the real football, not that handball shit. All right? Who plays in, let's say, South America and like the most craziest team, like in somewhere in Bolivia or in Peru, in our case, Peru, right?
yeah.
And they get offered a contract to play somewhere in Europe. Now, no, it may not be a Barcelona, it may not be a Real Madrid, it may not be a Manchester United or a Chelsea or Man City or, Inter Milan or AC Milan. You can get offered a contract to play for, I don't know, some random team in Austria. But, yes, it may not be the best team in the world, but hey, it's bigger money.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, people are in the business to make money. If you're not in it to make money, then you should not be in the business.
And especially if you have a family, you gotta get.
Exactly. Exactly. You think at the end of the day he cares right now? Oh, he gets watered down. You think he cares if they misuse him? They can have him be Dean Douglas, and for all we know, hey, he probably pull it off great. I'll give you an example right now. Bad News Barrett, Wade Barrett.
Yeah.
When he started that Bad News Barrett gimmick, everyone thought, oh my God, they're shitting on Wade Barrett. They're shitting on him. They're shitting on him, right?
Mhm.
Right? Everyone thought, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever happened to him.
Yeah, because he wasn't wrestling.
Exactly. And all of a sudden, at the Hall of Fame, when he came out, oh my God, that shit was magic. Everyone marked out, right?
Yeah.
Of course he did. So don't, again, like people who say, oh, they're going to shit on him, they're going to bury him, be happy for him. Be proud for Kevin Steen. He deserves it. He deserves to go to WWE. He
Gonna get
deserves
that
it.
off.
Exactly.
Have matches with Sami Zayn.
Imagine him versus Sami Zayn. You know, him versus Sami Zayn. Let's see, what's that guy here?
That'd be an awesome match.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, again, that'll be an amazing match. That'll be an amazing match. So him versus Sami Zayn. Him versus Corey Graves, for example. I'm just throwing out names right now, whatever. But you kind of get the idea, though, where we're going with this right now. You know? What the hell?
What? Him versus Cesaro.
Exactly. Steve versus Cesaro, Again, listen. Of course he's gonna go to developmental. That's for sure. He's gonna go to developmental. The thing that listen, that's hilarious how people always say, "Oh, you shouldn't go because you're gonna get put." I'll give you a perfect example: Prince Devitt.
Yeah.
People are saying Devitt, "Oh, go to TNA because if you go to WWE, you're gonna go put to developmental." At the end of the day, you know, everyone gets put through NXT. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter where you wrestled at. You're gonna go to developmental.
Not Sin Cara.
I know I am, but whatever.
That's the reason why everyone's going to developmental now. They don't want another Sin Cara happening.
It's like, I'm gonna give you an example, right? Someone in the NBA when they sign, right? When they sign to a team, they don't play. They don't train right off the bat with the starting five, right? They train with the reserves, right? With with the benches, right? The bench warmers, right? That's what they train with first.
The D League.
Yeah, they don't play right away. In the starting five, they're starting the bench. Then you get during maybe second quarter, third quarter, they get put up in the game, right?
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Unless you're on a really crappy team.
Yeah, exactly. But again, that's how it works. Though. At the end of the day, if you have any idea, like, oh my god, you shouldn't go because you're gonna put through NXT, they're gonna shit on you, they're gonna water you down. Like, tell us something we don't. Like, tell us something we don't know. Of course, they're gonna water down Prince Devitt. Of course they are. They're gonna, I'm sure he won't be called Prince Devitt. They'll probably give him some a different name, like I don't know, Scrappy, Patty O'Reilly, or
O'Reilly. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
oh no, or Patrick McShannon.
Shannon. He gets to pick his name.
What happened?
Doesn't he get to pick the name he wants to use? Well,
I think what happens is that when they sign you, you get to pick your name, and they'll probably work with it or not. And if they think it works, bam, they'll try to give you some names too.
Yeah, that's what Chris Hero did.
Yeah, exactly. Cash's Ono.
He picked Cash's Ono.
Made sense. Hey, doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, and he's gone now.
Yeah. Look at this company watch.
TNA Hall of Fame.
They can't afford it though. They can't afford it. But anywho, what we're gonna tell you. But again, I'm happy for the guy. I'm proud of him. I think he's gonna do good things. I see him, giving it a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will suck that we won't see him in Ring of Honor anymore. Of course it'll suck. But you know what? That's what Ring of Honor is. It's developmental. It's the real developmental. It's the real, NXT, if you will.
That's where WWE's getting their talents now.
It's amazing. Like right now, you look at the guys who are coming from Ring of Honor. Guys like Cesaro, guys like Seth Rollins, guys like Daniel Bryan, obviously, and Phil Brooks.
That's why I got the DVD.
Sami Zayn, who's currently there. All these guys, it's amazing.
That's why they made the DVD.
Exactly. And who knows? Again, time will only tell. But I do sense good things happening from once again. But yeah, I mean, what happened? Raw this past Monday was live from the UK, man. Your thoughts on the show? Your thoughts on the show overall?
It was boring.
Really?
Even in the UK, man. I just don't know. I didn't really like it. I wasn't into it.
I mean, there were segments where I kind of was into, but then again, yeah, you're right. Like, the crowd helped. It's the UK. Did you hear about this whole thing when Stephanie McMahon was in the ring doing her promo? Apparently, live, there was a massive, Phil Brooks chant.
Yeah, I heard about that, but they edited it out.
But you can hear a part of it at the end.
Yeah, it's hard to edit those out.
Apparently, Paige lost her match to Alicia Fox. It's understandable, fine. It's understandable.
We get that so many times. I mean, I don't care if she's in England or anywhere. Like, we're gonna get this match again. Stay back. Oh, whatever. I mean, at least they're doing something with Alicia Fox.
Yeah. You see her post-match celebration. I know. Yeah, I know.
With the king. The crown.
The crown. She fucked up her weave, but that's just another day. What else happened? Oh yeah, Bad News Barrel was super over. Holy crap! Cesaro and Chance had a good match. I sensed it happening. What happened?
Sheamus?
Yep.
Oh yeah. They had a match on main event too.
Yeah, and apparently that they did a beat the clock challenge for the new IC champion. This is what gets to me about this, okay?
Beat the clock.
This is how you know WWE's lazy. When you don't build storyline, like legitimate storylines for your mid-card title, especially the Intercontinental title, a title that's so prestigious, that has a lineage, that has a history, and you give this shit like for Extreme Rules, you did a fucking tournament. Fine, fair dues. and now you do a fucking beat the. Who gives a shit about the fucking beat the clock? Seriously, who gives a shit about it?
They are fucking lazy. I've been calling you, man. Like, come on. When was the last time we got a real mid card feud? I think the Miz had with
Barrett.
Ever after that, just random matches. Cesaro when he was U.S. champ, he didn't do shit. No storylines. Bad News Bears just, I mean, he's cool and all, but no. Big E had no storylines. Curtis Axel, no feuds, nothing.
Yeah, he did have a few with the Miz. He did a few little bits. So, I mean,
It's not a little feud. Didn't fucking last long.
I know. And again, it's annoying though. Like, honestly, I'm really not invested in this beat the clock challenge. I was not really invested in Rob Van Dam facing. Like again, like you knew going in. All right, yeah, Van Dam's gonna win this shit. I would have preferred it to be Dolph Ziggler, to be honest. I would have preferred it to be Dolph.
But they were just gonna bury him either way.
Yeah, that guy's getting buried. Not Kevin Savine.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler, man. Even though he's winning some matches, he's winning against jobbers.
He's unbearable. Unbearable. There you go.
Kill, Steen, kill.
Kevin
Steen off to Cena.
Kevin Steen will bury himself and you still be over.
Pretty much. Like Ziggler.
Exactly.
Cena having another match with Luke Harper. That was the main event, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it was cool. I mean, we didn't have no Shield versus Evolution brawl to end the show. It was cool to see.
Yeah. But even,
let me ask you a question. Are you getting bored of the Bray Wyatt? He's got the whole world.
It's getting competitive, and they're not really doing much. It's the same shit. Cena doesn't want to lose clean, and the Wyatts just beat him up. Whatever. It's just the same shit over and over again.
Got the whole world.
This is gonna win the last man standing match.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What's so funny?
I just want Bray Wyatt to feud with fucking Daniel Bryan now. What the fuck?
What are you talking about?
I didn't even see this shit on my phone. It's not my computer.
What shit are you talking about, bro? What shit are you talking about? Bro, you're seeing, bro. Number one.
No. Fuck God.
Bro, you are seeing things.
You probably thought it would be the computer that had brown shit. Nah, I saw it on my phone too. Look at that.
What brown? What are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? What brown shit? Bro,
shit.
What brown? What are you talking about, bro? You mean the cargo short guy? I mean that's brown.
Nah.
I mean, hey, but dude, you gotta relax, bro. You need to relax. You need to calm it down a bit.
You need to relax.
Gotta calm it down, man. You gotta calm it down a bit, man.
Yeah, this show is brought to you by Skittles, not no Inca-Cola bullshit.
Really?
Oh, God.
Oh, ooh, look at this.
What is that?
Rob Van Dam got shit on me today.
Robin. What about Jack Swagger?
Oh yeah. We had a segment with the fucking the Rosebud and Adam Rose and Swagger. Apparently gonna face off at his payback.
It should be a good match.
But apparently now the Shield versus Evolution can be a no disqualification elimination match.
Seth Rollins is gonna get eliminated first.
Nah, I think he's improving. I think he really is improving right now. I think he's gonna be a breakout star out of the Shield.
You really think so?
I think he is.
They're making it look like Roman Reigns is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Payback should be a good pay-per-view.
Yeah, it should be, bro. It should be. It should be. Yeah, it should be a good pay-per-view.
Better than
what?
Pay-per-view.
Better than what? Better than what?
Sacrifice.
What happened?
Better than Sacrifice. No fuck.
I don't know. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, dude?
Never mind.
You are seeing things, man. You are. What you have for lunch today?
I had chicken.
You put your. Oh, man.
Fried chicken?
What's your medication, bro?
Huh?
You on the medication, bro?
No, I'm healthy. Kind of.
You're seeing things, bro. This is like the fourth. This is like the third week straight, bro. You gotta call Dr. Shelby, bro.
Fuck. Gonna help out Kane.
Kind.
Next world champ.
Oh hell yeah. MVP next world champ. Oh hell yeah, bro.
No, fuck. Don't get me started with the company right now.
Okay, so we'll get into that in a bit. But again, you know, Raw last week was it was okay. I think the best Raw in the world. But
This,
again, you know,
well, I thought they would do a better job, but
Fandango and Summer Rae and
the only place Fandango's over.
what happened?
The only place Fandango gets over in England.
I know, right? La da 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 da. After that, and apparently now the question is, will Daniel Bryan relinquish the WWE heavyweight title? What do you think, man? I think it's gonna happen.
I think it won't
It needs to happen, bro. It needs to
happen, but I don't think it would.
No, bro. It shall happen.
Maybe.
No, maybe it will happen, bro.
I don't know. I mean, if he relinquishes it, it's fine. But if he doesn't, it's fine. I don't know.
What do you mean it's fine?
It's fine. Because I like to see him with the title still, but it's kind of unfair to the other wrestlers.
I know. You hear about apparently Ric Flair coming back to WWE full time to be a manager apparently. Word is, he's going to come back to manage The Miz.
Wow.
I'm gonna be honest. To me, having him manage The Miz is torture in my eyes.
It could work.
I mean, honestly, it could work, but don't copy Ric Flair now. Don't have them do the fucking figure four.
Figure four.
Oh, exactly.
Flair should manage Dolph Ziggler.
He should be, but apparently WWE shut that down. That's not gonna happen.
They want to start this wave and more, so.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Did you watch TNA last night?
I watched it this morning on the DVR.
I saw parts of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but
I mean,
from what I saw, from what I heard, it was pretty much all about talking, not much wrestling.
it's a bunch of fucking promos and that shit. It's like I was watching like a novella.
A novella, yes. TNA has become a novella.
Like, there was barely any wrestling matches. They had the knockouts match, whatever.
I mean, from what I heard, Brittany, I'm happy that they actually used her. I mean, they signed her, but they rarely have her on TV. So I'm happy they actually finally gave her that TV time.
Fine.
What else happened?
Knockouts.
I did see that segment with Dixie Carter, MVP, Bully Ray, and oh gosh, I'm sorry.
Oh my god. This is why I can't stand this shit. I hate every segment with Dixie Carter, I think. I'm starting to.
I think we all are. I just think right now, unfortunately, they have no choice right now but to put her. Like I get it, have her be a main character, stage character, fine, but limit her character so she can't.
This wasn't really the Dixie show. This was the MVP show. He wasn't almost.
Oh gosh.
I was in the opening segment, the middle segment, the ending segment.
Brazers.
The three. What's the stable gonna be called?
Brazers.
Brazers? Brazzers?
There you go, Brazzers. Big Bros. World famous. But again, I mean, honestly, let me ask you a question. Do you feel, based on what's happening with TNA right now, the ratings dropping consistently, apparently last week's segment with Eric Young had like a 0.69.
Oh my
on
God.
the hour, yeah, on that moment, do you feel what's happening now that they're gonna have to be forced to give the title to MVP at
Huh?
this rate? Do you feel like they're gonna be forced to give MVP the title?
I feel like they might do it.
They
I mean,
have to.
he just made a new group,
You're gonna have
and
to do it. You're gonna have to.
it might happen. I mean, he just joined the company, and they like to reward those, ex WWE guys with something. So
Unfortunately, I feel like they have to do it, but at the same time, it's DNA again giving the limelight, the title, to a former WWE name, which will suck. But at this rate, you have no choice right now.
I mean, yeah, because with Eric Young, he's cool and all. I like him and all, but
But yeah,
I
don't
don't
get me wrong. I like him too. I like him too. I really do.
got bored with his title, right?
No, you know what I think it is? I think it's the fact that, yes, don't get me wrong, Eric Young can wrestle. He's a talented performer in the ring. But the fact that TNA has made him to be a joke for the last several years, they made him to be this joke. This, comedic wrestler, like a Santino, if you will.
Yeah.
That all of that overshadowed literally his TNA career. Remember, this guy was a former TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champion with OVD. And you give him the world title, and people will always remember, yeah, this guy was the joke, this guy was the comedic wrestler. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Exactly.
hard for fans to really take him serious now. All
Yeah.
of a sudden, really, it's hard for them to do that.
It's really hard. They kind of built this up a little more. This
Again, I feel like honestly, with good build-up, this could have worked. Not just right off the bat. Following the impact after WrestleMania. You know what I mean?
At least Austin Aries is back on television, doing something.
Oh, about speaking of Austin Aries, I'm gonna tell you. So apparently, Destination X will be coming soon. And you know the tradition of Destination X now. Whoever gets to be champion gets the shot at the world title. Right? From what
Yeah.
it looks like, Saya Sanada will be heading back to Japan before the year ends. For
Wow.
time. Likely that they will have to change the title from him. Who do you see getting the world title match right now? In your opinion?
Austin.
It has to be him. Thank you. Yeah, it has to be him. It has to be. If you think about it, Sanada beat Aries in Japan and never gave him a rematch.
Exactly.
Honestly, if TNA is going to see any hope of survival right now, they need to give the belt to Aries. They need to.
Yep. And they could have MVP as champion too.
Yeah, they can have it, but the problem is, again, it's one of those things where, again, MVP is still considered a form of WWE.
I'm saying he'll probably lose to Austin Aries if they do that.
They should. I think that will make sense.
I don't think Eric Young and Austin Aries, that doesn't make sense because they're helping each other out. So what they do is have MVP win, just give him a prop, for being in TNA and shit. And then you said in the summer, so like a month, I guess, they'll have Austin Aries win the title back.
The guy who invented Option C.
Yeah.
A-Double, the greatest man who ever lived.
What other X Division wrestlers can fucking win the title? Kenny King?
He just came back. I mean,
Yeah.
um,
There's no other X Division wrestlers. It's Austin Aries.
I mean, you can put Davey and Eddie, but the problem with that is TNA. Unfortunately, they don't view Eddie or Davey as singles wrestlers. They view them as tag team wrestlers. That's how they view that. So I don't even see that happening either.
I mean, they got to stay tag team for now anyway, but.
You got DJZ, but DJZ, come on, I mean, honestly. Oh,
no.
That could work, but I don't even.
No way.
It has to be Austin Aries. It has to be him. That's the only logical thing I can think of right now. Austin Aries. So let's be honest. Again, we said this before on a previous podcast. Whenever Austin Aries was the world champion, when he was the world champ back in 2012, summer of 2012, the product was better than WWE.
Oh yeah.
When Austin Aries was the world champion. And then they crapped on it by having him drop the hard. But I can understand why they did it, though. I understand why. You know, Jeff Hardy was leaving TNA, and there was rumors at the time he was going to go to WWE. And TNA literally gave him the title so he could stay with TNA. And also this, right?
Basically.
Remember this. Jeff Hardy won the Bound for Glory series to get him that match against Austin Aries, right? The year before that, Bobby Roode won the Bound for Glory series to get a match with Kurt Angle, Bound for Glory, and he lost. So they needed to have a guy from the Bound for Glory series to actually win the title this time. At that time,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So I get why they did it, but honestly, I just felt like they could have done something with Aries, like having it the belt back. You know. So, you know, again, you know, I think that needs to happen.
Are they gonna have the Bound for Glory series back?
They might. I mean, they're gonna have to do it, but
They
again,
gotta have.
honestly though, but to be honest though, what's the point of having it now when there really isn't enough talent on that roster? Like, don't get me wrong. Right now, let's see, who do we have that think fans are worth giving a shit about? The Wolf, Davey Eddie. You have James Storm,
Mr.
Anderson, Bobby Roode, who's currently suspended, but whatever, we don't know. Hopefully
Magnus.
Magnus.
You got Bram there too if you want. Willow.
I would probably put Willow. They'll probably do Austin.
Watch them put someone stupid.
They'll put Jesse DJZ, Jesse Goddard.
Yeah, Jay Bradley last year and the year before they had Robbie E. I think. Oh my god.
Yeah, they'll probably put in what's his name? Rockstar Spud.
Yeah, they'll put someone and they'll get
Foley Ray. I don't know. Do you see that? Do you see that Joker's Wall they had in the UK? Do you see it?
Yeah, I didn't see that pay per view.
Did you see it?
What do you mean?
There was a Joker's Wild in the UK, right? And
Yeah, what about
Rockstar Spud was like the star of the show.
Oh wow, I could imagine the UK. He should be Bound for Glory series. So even if he's gonna be a joke, I don't mind. We need that one guy that's gonna really hold it.
I guess. But again, you know, I'm
What
wondering.
What happened to him?
Who?
Samoa Joe.
I don't know. I think he had like an injury or he's taking time off too to his family. I don't even know, to be honest, bro. I'm just being worried about this fucking area. I'm not worried, like, you know, oh my god, but it's like, you know.
I mean, they got the only feud I really like right now is Storm and Mr. Anderson. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is. You know, they had this bar scene where apparently Anderson was drinking fake beer, and apparently James Storm was drinking real beer. They had like a drink-off contest, and then Anderson beats up the drunk. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Beat up the fucking drunk guy.
I mean, it was just revenge. And the gunner helping Samuel Shaw, I don't understand that.
All of a sudden, like, yeah, okay. That's crazy. There was no menagerie. Thank God. There was no menagerie. Thank God.
They're going to use Samuel Shaw, probably. Imagine that.
Who knows?
I hope Samuel Shaw, I think they're going to change his gimmick, unfortunately.
But again, you know, TNA needs help right now. It needs help, you know. It needs help.
They have another stable.
Who's that? The creative team?
No, the MVP team. I don't know what to call them.
I call it Black Legacy.
Black Legacy. Yo, Bobby Lashley's so bad in the mic.
Oh, tell me about it. Why do you think it'll be a WWE? Again, you know, I think right now TNA needs help.
They put the in the hospital.
What?
They put the wolves in the hospital.
No, I'm saying they need help. The product needs help. That's what I'm saying.
Of course. What the fuck are you doing upstairs?
They're probably fucking upstairs, you know.
You're like, man.
You know, when a woman and a man get together, you know, they do this, you know, they do this. When a woman and a man get
Hey,
together,
come on.
they do that.
This isn't sex class.
Hey, you know, it happens though. When a man and they get together, you know, they do that. You know, they make this kind of noise. The kind of noise they make, when it goes in, when it gets drilled in, that's the noise you make. And
The sound of that.
if y'all still awake, make another noise. Okay, you're awake. Yeah, I mean, the product needs help right now.
Huh?
The product right now needs help.
Yeah.
It's hurt. It's hurt right now. It's hurt. You know? Daniels left, Styles left, Sting left, Hogan left. Those two guys that left Hogan and Sting. It's cool that left, but that's a good thing. But they left way too late.
It's a good thing at least, but they still need more, you know, and shit.
Yeah, exactly. They need a miracle. Man. They need a miracle. They need the big help. The Nickelodeon big help. I think again, and go back to what I said in previous episodes. If TNA is going to see any type of success, it's going to be without Dixie Carter. It's going to be without the Carter family. Because I'll be honest, I feel like Dixie Carter and the Carter family don't care about the wrestling business anymore. They don't care.
They care about the money.
Yeah, exactly, that's fine, but still, I mean, and I feel like the creative team needs to be, re-fixed, if you ask me.
Yeah. Dave Lagana.
Lagana, Gorbrick, Christy Hemme. I don't know why, but whatever. But you know what I think? You know what I think about it when I see this? I feel like the creative team, the people there, like they've given up almost. Like they lost their passion almost. You know what I'm saying? And they're giving you subpar product. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like when you go to a restaurant, right? When you go to a restaurant and you order, I don't know, like, okay, let's say you go to a Portuguese restaurant. I'm sure you've eaten Portuguese before, right?
Mhm.
You know, chicken, ribs, barbecued, the yellow rice and all that, right?
Yeah.
And they give you the food and there's like no seasoning. Everything is bland, right? And the guy who's cooking it does it consistently for everyone at the restaurant or whatever he's cooking for these people. And you can just tell, like, when he does that, there's no passion, there's no caring anymore.
No passion.
You know what I'm saying? And then again, I feel like they need to have a miracle. They need to really go back to the drawing board again. Go back to the drawing board and see what's working for them and what's not working for them right now. And right now, what's not working for them is Eric Young being the world champion. Let's be honest. It's not working for them.
Good try, but not really a good try.
Yeah, I guess. They gotta bring in more tag teams. Revamp the X Division. Revamp, I'll be honest, when I watch TNA now, and I don't feel like I'm watching TNA anymore. And again, when I think of TNA, I don't think of this that I'm seeing. I think of, back in the day when, you had teams like AMW, Triple X, The Naturals, Petey Williams, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, Monty Brown. It was a turning point 2004 or 5. You had AMW versus Triple X in a 6-sided steel, where the losing team had to disband. And I'm sure you've seen the clip on YouTube where Felix Skipper walked to the top of the cage. He does a hurricane run. I think it was on Chris Harris or James Swing. You've seen the clip, right? You've seen it, right? I'm sure you have. Or what happened? What happened?
Yeah, that was a crazy ass spot. It was a
Exactly, it
crazy
was.
spot.
Or of course it was. Of course, of course. Or the time of P.D. Williams for the first time, seeing him do the Canadian Destroyer. All of this. Like turning over to Samoa Joe, their classic matches, the King of the Mountain match, and all this fun stuff is like, what happened to it? What happened?
It's all
You know,
gone.
and that's what's killing them
No
right
more
now.
6.
Yeah, that's what's killing them right now. Like honestly, yeah, they're going to New York in June, and you gotta wonder, like, what's gonna happen. You know, just imagine if they
Yeah.
don't sell out the Grand Ballroom. Just imagine.
I don't think so.
And apparently now, Ring of Honor is going back to New York in August at Cyclone Stadium, which is a baseball park in Brooklyn,
Yep.
home of the Brooklyn Cyclones. Now the Brooklyn Cyclones, they're like a second division team, like the minor league baseball, whatever.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, exactly. But you get the idea. They're expanded, leaving out of the Hammerstein for this one show because again, it's the summer. Fine, it's understandable. Cyclone Park, whatever you want to call it, MCU Park. There you go, MCU Park, where TNA used to go to back in the day.
The base brawl.
Yeah, baseball. Now, we're Ring of Honor going to have Field of Honor.
Field of Honor. That's catchy.
I might go. I don't know. I might go.
Who's gonna be there?
I don't know who, but even that, I'll still go. Why not, right?
I
I'll
mean,
still
yeah.
go.
I kind of want to go to a baseball game. I mean, wrestling show.
In a baseball park.
I got the Bluefish Park in Bridgeport, Connecticut. That's where they should go. Or they should come to the Bluefish Stadium.
Oh yeah, have me come from Jersey to Connecticut. That's money. Oh yeah, that's a trip.
Hey,
Okay.
Brooklyn's a trip too.
Oh, Brooklyn. Damn, I really get some fucking Brooklyn, man.
That's a
How the
subway.
how the fuck am I gonna get to Brooklyn, yo? That's the subway, right? The subway.
Yeah, it's like the subway.
Take it to Barclays Stadium. Take it to the Barclays Arena.
Yep.
Take it to the Barclays Center. Take it from there. Take a subway or a cab to the MCU Park. That's money.
You probably gotta do like 3 transfers.
Oh damn, bro. I feel bad for you.
Then
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know yet. Honestly, I'll probably wait for final battle. You know.
the ballroom where they dance.
What?
Where they dance, the ballroom.
What about it? What about them dancing in the ballroom? What the fuck?
Dancing, not for wrestling.
Maybe anything else. We'll just go to final battle in December.
Oh,
That is if they're gonna be there now. Who knows now, yo?
wow. And they're gonna have the outside
In the
and outside
cold,
in the winter.
that'd be crazy, wouldn't it? 20 below zero and shit in the cold. What the fuck? I ain't going.
Game.
Yeah, who knows? Let's wrap this up a little bit. About to wrap it up in a bit. What's the cover right now? Let's literally cover. I don't know, bro. What else is there to cover right now?
Oh, wrestling wise?
Oh yeah! Oh! The big one. Vince McMahon losing $350 million. And apparently now the network might be canceled real soon.
I hope so.
Oh damn. I mean, again, honestly, it's crazy when you think about it. Vince McMahon no longer being a billionaire. Like, keep my thing. He's gonna get the money back. Come on. It's Vince McMahon
I
we're
think,
talking about here.
yeah. He's not a billionaire anymore. That sucks.
No, he's gonna get the money back. Come on, he's gonna get the money back. I think. I think it is. I think now the network is coming back to bite them in the ass.
That sucks. How much do you think that MLB thing charged them?
What?
Aren't they partnering with the MLB?
I have no idea, but I think there's a good amount of. That's what it's going on.
Like, all right, give us some money.
Damn, bro. It's crazy. Yo. Could we be seeing a demise of the WWE in front of our eyes?
Maybe. I
You
don't use
ever,
the much now though.
honestly, the only time I ever go on the network is when I watch Legends House or a special event. Like, remember, they're no longer called pay-per-views. Now they're special events now.
You
Remember?
watch Legends House?
Why not? It's a fun show.
That's all right.
Better than Total Divas.
The only thing I really watch is NXT and special events.
Ooh. NXT Takeover. Well, you gotta call it Takeover, right? It's coming up soon.
I'm gonna watch that.
Main event is Tyson Kidd versus
Adrian Neville.
for the world title in the promo last night. Apparently, Adrian Neville burned him. Burn.
Kid sucks on the mic. They both suck on the mic, but
The only one taking the title is your wife.
that was pretty ownage.
Hey guys, hey, so look, but we have a Twitter question from
I saw something like that.
Triple H Guy 2004. He writes, at Heel Steven, at Hey, I'm Walter. Plug. Do you guys think Shane McMahon would ever come back to WWE? I would want to say yeah, but to be honest with you, I think Shane McMahon, whatever he's endeavoring now, which what's he doing now?
I think some TV network and
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think he's happy with what he's doing. I think that he's able to do something outside of the wrestling business to make money. Yeah, I mean, sure, Shane will come back, maybe to do like an on-air character thing, like a one-time only thing. But do I see him coming back full-time to be there? I don't think so. I think now, here's what I assumed, right? Here's what I assumed would have happened. I think Vince McMahon would have given the company to Shane.
Yeah.
Pass it down to him, not Triple H. But now that Triple H is now literally under control of everything now, I think there's no need for Shane to come back.
No, Triple H is doing a good job.
He's doing an amazing job, an amazing, phenomenal job. I'll say that.
Talent available. That's NXT is basically Triple H's thing, and NXT has been great so far. And the people getting called up, hey, it's not that bad. You have what, Bo Dallas, and Rose. I mean, I know a lot of people have mixed reactions for that, but it's okay.
For what?
For Adam Rose.
Don't be an envy of Rosebud.
I mean, it could work, I guess, but I don't know if it will, get past mid-card status, but, he's like 35 years old, so.
Yeah. Remember, in life, you gotta always try your best. You don't try your best, you'll never achieve,
Came up with a gimmick, too, so.
You gotta view the world and always look at things like it's the final day. You always gotta live for today, not for tomorrow. You always gotta make the best out of everything. Right?
Yep.
When in doubt, all you gotta do is what are you doing? Believe! 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 What do you want? What are you doing? Barely. Oh, shit. Stay. Darn it. I know. What's wrong, bro?
That stupid fucking animal.
That's not nice to say, bro. I mean, are we all animals in life? Are we all considered animals?
What I mean, that one that kept on giving that brown shit, I told you it was that.
Yo, what brown shit are you talking about, dude?
The whole time, and then he pops out of nowhere.
I don't know, but he has a mind of his own.
It's all about Bo Dallas.
Oh, you see his match, him against fucking Hunico in a fucking, match, whatever. No big deal, right?
Match against Hunico?
Sin Cara,
Oh, yeah. Sin Cara became a jobber now.
I know. Joe Bear.
So Bo Dallas, I gotta see that tonight. I see it on YouTube or something. I
But
don't watch.
again, as far as things concerned, it'd be cool to see him back, but I don't see it happening anytime soon, to be honest.
Yeah, Shane McMahon. It would be cool to see him like one time only, like you said. But if his company's not working out right, then he'll probably return to WWE or maybe venture on something else. I think he's doing a good job.
Or maybe buy out TNA from Dixie Carter.
Yeah, buy out TNA. Be like, I own Total Nonstop Action.
Yeah, have like Triple H be on the Titan be in the WWE ring, and have Shane McMahon come out with the Impact Zone. I am here live in Orlando, Florida, Universal Studios, live from the Impact Zone. Now the contract does say McMahon, but it says Shane McMahon. That's right. I now own Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, TNA. Have the crowd chant.
Oh god.
That'd be crazy.
And they actually keep TNA around instead of like burying it like they did with WCW.
But again, time will only tell. Time will tell, though. What else happened this week? We had UFC 173. Main event is Henan Morale versus TJ Dillashaw for the UFC Bantamweight title. You also have the co-main event, DC Daniel Cormier fighting against Dan Henderson, and you have pretty much. Oh, you have Jake Ellenberger versus Robbie Lawler. So that should be a card to see. Cannot wait for that tomorrow night. It goes down.
Every time I click on a video, that ad pops up with that UFC event, man.
I know.
That shit's annoying. I'm not gonna watch that shit just because of that.
Why not? That's not nice, bro.
Every damn time I gotta click on a video, I hear that fucking Fallout Boy. Like, God, stop showing me this shit. Like, damn.
Hey, do you want to see a Sean View ad?
I'm good.
All right then. Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Ad.
What?
Remember the Bruce Blitz ads?
He has an ad? Holy Christ, on.
I used to see his ad all the time on the videos.
Or you can always see the wrestling beer ad. Go to TEAMHEEL Podcast. The best podcast ever. Oh, bear yet. Get out of here.
Every video that Bruce Blitz makes is a Google Hangout.
I know, all he does is do Hangout. But, I don't watch this stuff that much. I don't think it makes a big deal.
No, but I mean, I'm not gonna watch a whole hour of his videos, but
I know.
only if I'm trying to fall asleep or something.
Ooh, burn.
Burning because long videos I fall asleep. It doesn't matter who makes long videos. I will fall asleep if you do it.
That should burn, bro.
A long video, I will fall asleep to it.
That's what happened?
If I make a long video, I will fall asleep to it.
That's a burn, bro. That's a burn.
I'm just saying it to people who make long videos. I will just fall asleep or something.
Now, here's my thing, right? I think there's video that shouldn't be that long. I feel like if you're going to make, let's say, a Raw review, or Impact review, or a pay-per-view review, or in the WWE, a special event review, it should be under 10 minutes or 12. No, under 15 minutes. That's what it normally should be. Now, if there was somebody doing a review, then it could be like under 20 minutes or over. Fine. So that's it, though.
You got to make a half an hour.
What the hell?
You heard that?
I have no idea what you're talking about, bro. Hell, my control, bro. Yeah, I got this wired ass control for the 360. No, I don't have live, people. I do not have live.
Wow.
Did you see the graphics for the new UFC game?
See him. It looks hot.
I know. I might get an Xbox One now or PS4.
Wow. Your only reason to get Xbox One.
Oh, hell yeah. You better know it, bro. What? What happened?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Why that shit went away?
What are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about?
It went like pretend this was the brown shit, and it went,
What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? What?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I thought you seen these.
Fucking
What are you talking about, bro? There is no, what brown shit?
the viewers see that shit. Come on.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. What brown shit? Yeah, all right. How long is your battery now? What's your battery percentage right now?
36.
Oh shit, you know we'll end this in a little bit. That's all. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say this week, guys. We hope you enjoyed this weekly podcast that we normally do for you all. Without you guys, we just be guys talking to a camera, live streaming on Google Hangouts. Thank you all for tuning in as always. We'll be back next week. Oh, by the way, next week, guys, we have a special guest. Our guest will be Team Rai will join us live next week as we will discuss the wonderful world of professional wrestling and life and society and all that fun stuff as well. And well, maybe we'll just talk about the NBA too, the playoffs and all that. Yeah. And yeah, guys, cannot wait for that. Be on the lookout for that. Information on when the podcast will be sometime in the upcoming week. Depend on my work schedule and all that. And yeah, there's a horn honking outside. That's all I'm gonna say, guys. As always, thank you all for tuning in. I'm Heel Steven. You can follow me on Twitter at Heel Steven. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Heel Steven. Like the Facebook page, facebook.com/Gutcheck Podcast. Like Wrestling News Talk Facebook page. Subscribe to this channel as well. We tune in every week, every Friday. And also, down below in the description, there's 2 petitions we want you guys to sign. One is to reinstate Andre Corbell's original YouTube channel, and also other petition is to sign to get Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
You can follow me. Yep. You can follow me at Twitter at HamWalter. And subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/KnowledgeWrestling. I'm gonna get this shit fixed by next week, hopefully.
Hopefully you take over the account next week. We hope.
Huh?
And hopefully next week you take over the account again, because this is kind of getting And that's all we're gonna say, guys. Until next week, we're out like Janet TV. Peace.
Peace.
You can follow me on Twitter.
And the fucking show.